Hello everyone. Let's provide the solution to this problem. X multiplied by x multiplied by x plus x equals 10. By looking at this, you will be thinking the only solutions should be 2, right? But then, let's continue and see how many solutions can, we're going to find from this. Now, x times x times x is x to the power of 3. Then plus x equals 10. Now, do you know that some students might add this up and get 4 to the power of 3? Or they will get x to the power of 4. But that is not correct, okay? Because this and this are not the same thing. So what do we do? Take this to the left. So we have x to the power of 3 plus x. Then this becomes negative 10 equals 0. And then when you look at this work, you discover that we can express 10 in this form. So we write x to the power of 3 plus x. 10 is minus 8 minus 2. Then we equate to 0. If you use minus 5 as 10, then you cannot express it in this form. So it has to be minus 8 minus 2. Now, what do I do? Do you know that 8 here is 2 to the power of 3? Then we have 2 equals 0. Okay, so that this and this will come together, x to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3. Then I'll have plus x minus 2. We equate everything to 0. So that we can now group this and deal with them very quickly. Now, if you have a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3, this is a minus b into a squared plus ab plus b squared. Okay, so this is what you have. So in place of x to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3, this is what I will be having. So I'm going to write a minus b becomes x minus 2. Then a squared, that will still be x squared, plus ab, that will be x times 2, and it's 2x, plus b squared. B squared becomes 2 squared. Close the bracket, then plus the whole of this, right, is still here, x minus 2. Everything equals 0. So what do I do from here? I'm going to have x minus 2 into x squared plus 2x plus 4, then plus x minus 2 equals 0. Now, what is common to this is x minus 2, so it has to come out. Then in here, I'll have this square root of open bracket. I'll have x squared plus 2x plus 4. Then I have plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 is 1, right? So I can now close the bracket and equate to 0. So we have x minus 2 here. Then in here I'll be having x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. This is because if you open the bracket, 4 plus 1 will give 5. Now we are going to solve this by equating either of the two factors to 0. So we're going to have x minus 2 to be equal to 0, or x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. Okay, so what do we do? From here, x will be equal to 0 plus 2, and our x is equal to 2. So this is the real solution to the equation. And what about this quadratic equation? Remember, quadratic equation is to provide two solutions, right? Okay, so what do? We have our 2x. Okay, we have x squared first, right? So we have x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. Now, let's use the formula to deal with this. X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Everything is over 2a. Okay, to be very sincere, do you have this formula offhand? Okay, do you know it offhand? Right, let's continue. So x is equal to, in place of minus b, I'm going to write minus 2 because b is the coefficient of x. Then plus or minus, we have the same 2 squared because b is 2. Then minus 4 times a is 1. That is the coefficient of x. Then multiply by c, which is 5. We divide this by 2, right? Because 2 times 1 is still 2. And then x from here will be equal to minus 2 plus or minus. We have square root of 4 minus 20. Because 4 times 1 times 5 is 20. Then we divide everything by 2. Now, do not divide 2 by 2 yet, because this 2 is working for this and the whole of this. So let's go ahead. X will be equal to minus 2 plus or minus 4 minus 20 is negative 16, right? So we divide this by 2. Now we continue from here so that x will be equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 16 times square root of negative 1. This is over 2. This is because we cannot get the square root of minus 16, so we have to pick out the negative separately. Now x here is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 16 is 4. Then square root of negative 1 is imaginary, and we'll write I for that. So divide this by 2. To continue with this, we can now have x to be equal to 2 can go there, and we have minus 1 plus or minus the same 2 will go here, and we have 2i. So this is a 2-in-1 solution, meaning that x is equal to minus 1 plus 2i, or minus 1 minus 2i. So let's bring the three solutions together very quickly. X is equal to 2, that is the real solution. Let's call it x1. Then x2 is this, minus 1 plus 2i. Then let's get our x3, and it's minus 1 minus 2i. So these are the three solutions, okay, to the equation. Thank you for watching.